I was like gonna say kazoo, and then you said
Were you
kazoo.
gonna
That
say
was
that?
exciting. Hi, Phineas. Nice to meet you. I like all these albums you got behind you.
Thank you so much. The greats, you know, my
The
favorites.
greats.
I put them up there. I thought you'd like them too.
The greats, indeed.
Since the TV series is called Disclaimer, I was hoping you could give a disclaimer for anyone who started in music production and is moving over to scoring for TV and film.
Would probably be that it's a deeply collaborative experience, and you are, you know, lucky in all ways to be collaborating with these people, but that it is, you know, it's not your way or the highway. You make a piece of music, and it's this artist, this filmmaker. You know, you have to have a real conversation, relationship. In some ways, the disclaimer would be that it's like working with an artist, right? If I'm making an album with Billie, we're talking about what she's hearing in her head, what she's seeing, how she's feeling right at the moment. If I'm working with a director like Alfonso, it's the same deal. We're talking about what the scene means to him, how he interprets it. I talk about what I felt when I watched the scene. It's a collaboration, you know? I think you have to be, a real student of the process and not be afraid to try stuff and then fail, you know, turn in something and have them feel like, oh, you know what, this is great, but this scene has to be a different flavor, different energy, and then to start over. So I think that would be my disclaimer. Also, it's just a lot of hours. It's more time than it takes to make an album.
It definitely paid off. I was definitely paying attention as I was watching the series to those little moments where the composition would kind of creep in and then play into what's happening in the show. So definitely paid off.
That means a lot. Thank you so much.
So the main characters all had specific sounds that spoke to how they were being portrayed in the series. I'm wondering what instruments or sounds you think portray you
The best in your daily life.
Wow, what sounds portray me the best? Maybe like a weird, silly, you know the things that, maybe you have one in your house right now, the little door stop thing that's behind your door that you...
Oh yeah, the broom.
It's like a metal spring and you flick it. That might be how I sound in the context of my life. I don't know. Yeah, what about you? Do you have a thing that like might be the sound of who you are as a person?
In my life, I like pretending I'm in a fairy tale. So something very ethereal, but for times where I'm a little more silly, I'm thinking maybe
The kazoo. Is it called
A
kazoo?
kazoo. I was like gonna say kazoo, and then you said
Were you
kazoo.
gonna
That
say
was
that?
exciting.
Yeah, I think a kazoo, for my moments where I'm just a little bit blonde, it would be like a kazoo would play. Yeah, no offense to blondes.
Of course.
Sure.
What was the most challenging part for you in trying to mirror Bach compositions for the parts where Steven were?
Steven's character listens to these albums. He listens to Bach vinyls. And we decided that the best way to sort of compose music for Steven was that I wrote these melodic themes, and then when we orchestrated them and we created them, they often had to flow right into his vinyl that he was listening to, or right out of it. He'd be listening to his music, and then he'd get lost in thought, and I'd transition the Bach piece that already existed into this new original composition. And I mean, the challenge there is just that Bach is the best. Like, those pieces are enduring and amazing. And so even trying to be in the same order of that, you know, it's a tough act to follow. If there's a Bach piece playing and it's just stunningly beautiful, and then the next thing you hear is going to be an original piece by me, that's a tall order. So that's probably the most challenging part.
Okay, well, I definitely thoroughly enjoyed it.
Awesome.
And congratulations on this project. And thank you for talking
Thanks
to
for
me
talking to
today.
me today. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Take care. Have a good day.